Hi, Jessie Nebulous here. Welcome to the channel. The hat's staying on. My hair's annoying me, so the hat's here to stay. Today we're going to be checking out Hereditary, which I have never seen. I don't know anything about, except that, of course, it's a scary movie. And it's supposed to be good, at least based on the titles to video reactions I've seen advertised on my homepage. And it has Toni Collette, who was in The Sixth Sense, and she was wonderful in that. So I'm looking forward to see what she's up to in this. I love horror, but I tend to not watch a lot of horror movies because I do have some issues with anxiety, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me to put myself intentionally into a state of artificial anxiety because I don't cope with it well. The way I cope with anxiety is it tends to trigger some of my obsessive compulsive behaviors that I can usually control a little bit better. And this manifests as me chain smoking usually. That is how I deal with stress. That is my coping mechanism. Is it a healthy one? Hell no, but it's what I got. But my anxiety's been pretty well lately, so let's ruin all that by watching a scary movie. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like or a comment. I always really appreciate that. You can subscribe for more. You know the drill, all the YouTube shit. And if you want the uncut version, you can check out my Patreon. All right, let's get into the movie. Oh, we're gonna have to make these a little bigger to fit over my hat because the hat's staying on. I need a haircut, like, desperately. It's out of control, man. Usually I'd be watching with the lights off, but that doesn't work so well when you're doing a video. And my lighting's terrible to begin with, so I hope there aren't very many jump scares, because those are kind of what get me. It makes my anxiety bad, and I tend to react to them quite excessively. I jump a lot to the jump scares. Alright, we're starting with an obituary. Are we gonna pan in and this is a real place? It is. It is. That was a very seamless transition. Okay, we got Peter. I realize I'm not good at remembering characters' names. So maybe if I say them, I'll remember. Hey, Toni Collette. How are you, girl? Probably not good. You're in a horror movie.
God's sake, come on. It was freezing last night. That's how you get pneumonia.
That's okay.
That isn't how you get pneumonia. Being cold doesn't really make you sick. It can lower your immunity to some extent, but yeah.
Betrayal just to be standing here talking about her.
Sounds like a complex woman.
Person in the world.
Oh, I don't like him. I don't know who that is, but he's familiar.
Wrong.
I kind of don't like the way he treats her already.
There are nuts in that.
No.
Okay, we've got a severe allergy. I think that kid might be from the new Jumanji. The older boy. Maybe not new. They might have made a new one since then, but the more recent series of Jumanji.
Should I be sad?
It doesn't sound like it. Is that an especially large keyboard? It looks massive to me. Oh, does she make dolls and stuff kind of like her mom does?
You know, I was a tomboy when I was growing up. I hated dresses, dolls, and pink.
Same girl. I love pink now, though.
Who's gonna take care of me? But when you die...
I'm guessing she's developmentally disabled in some fashion.
Did you feel like you wanted to cry today? You think that might feel like a relief?
If she doesn't cry, don't try to force it on her, honey. Some people express their emotions differently, especially if they have some form of autism or something. It's definitely setting up a very unsettling atmosphere. It is sad. There's sadness involved. Not just because of the funeral. Something in, like, the colors, I guess. Maybe. Not in this particular moment, because there are a lot of colorful pictures in that book. Notes on spiritualism. Yeah, sounds like Grandma was a little nutty. That got me. Well, okay, I guess it's gonna be that kind of movie. Oh. That definitely expresses something.
I just scared myself in the workshop.
Yeah, you scared me too. I'm really looking forward to watching the footage back and seeing what the hell happened to my face when that jump scare happened.
So maybe we finish the toy after the quiz. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, gentle redirection. I like it. I liked that less. She was not surprised by it. Oh. It's interesting that they highlighted that part of the lesson. Stuff like that in movies is usually not happenstance. They usually... Well then, grandma had gray hair, right? What was I talking about? Usually in movies, they don't just have random dialogue. It often pertains to the story in some fashion. So, fatal flaw. We'll keep that in mind.
Dad, it's a cemetery.
The grave's empty. I don't know.
Desecrated.
Where was it?
Just some billing crap.
Don't lie to her. Tell her the truth. Come on. I don't like that he lied to her. I mean, maybe he's got a good reason, but I'm sure he did it to protect her in some fashion, but I don't think that that's often a wise decision in a relationship. Guessing support group of some kind?
My name's Annie.
Hi, Annie.
Hi, Annie.
And she didn't have an easy life. She had DID,
Really?
starvation,
Dissociative identity disorder.
He had psychotic depression.
Oh.
My older brother had schizophrenia.
Oh, she's unloading.
Of course, his suicide note blamed her, accusing her of putting people inside him. So,
Wow. And the fact it's called Hereditary and she just listed everybody as having issues. Come on, somebody say something for fuck's sake. Oh, she doesn't need a support group. She needs a therapist, man. I mean, she could need both, but damn.
and I just feel like
Oh, God. Toni Collette's so good. I want to give her a hug. That was incredibly painful. And I promise you just smoking near a cracked window's not helping you there, buddy. Yeah, that's just not helping, boy. Who is out there watching him? I saw breath. Yeah, this probably isn't healthy. And I'm bothered that she's probably not going to wash her hands in between touching that bird head and eating. And she keeps clucking her tongue. It seems like it's some kind of tick. I don't like that they started this scene focused on that knife. Don't stress this woman out. Her mother just died. It's only been, a week? Give the woman a little time. Show some compassion. Kid, don't walk around with that bird's head. I don't like the look on her face either.
You gonna take your sister?
Does she want to go?
Don't force him to take her. That's not cool. He's old enough that he should be able to go to a party on his own. He can drive, right? He's old enough to go on a party without his little sister. That was a weird question to me. Okay. Granny's ghost is burning shit.
leaving the house barefoot. He's some kind of idiot.
Don't call her an idiot.
You're angry with me now?
You called her an idiot. Even if it was a school function, she shouldn't force him to take her at his age.
Good.
And he's old enough to be able to go to a party without her. And she's missing her grandma. None of these decisions seem like good parenting decisions. Is that something she does when she's anxious? Because that was the sign she had, the grandma was wearing. Oh, not nuts. Not nuts. Why did they do that to me? They focused on the nuts. That means this kid's going to have an allergic reaction at some point in this movie. Okay, just slowing up from editing, Jesse. It's coming up. The reason that anybody is here for this video is coming up. And I'm dreading it. I don't want to watch it again. If I could upload that scene in its entirety as a whole and not have to edit it and watch it again, I would, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I even took a cannabis gummy to try to calm myself down and deal with this, and it's not helping that much. All right, I will continue. I don't know if this is healthy. I mean, artistic expression is probably healthy, but I don't know about this.
Either way.
She doesn't seem nice, dude.
Smoke it all? I have really good weed.
If she has to think about it, she really doesn't like you, dude. It's gonna have nuts in it. I don't want this to happen. I assume they have a pen with them. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared for this child. And nobody here knows. Nobody here knows. Oh, God, they're a bunch of kids. They're not gonna know how to fucking react. Oh, God.
I actually saw her drawing me last week. She made me look retarded.
You should never use that word, especially not that way. Oh my God, and she doesn't know either because she doesn't understand really. Because she has some kind of cognitive issues. Oh my god. Oh, the tension is so bad. I have to have a cigarette. I'm gonna die. Please listen to her breathing.
Are you okay?
It's hard to breathe.
What do you mean?
Dude, you know! Did you call 911? Little fucker, if you do not call 911 or take her immediately to a hospital, you better be closer to a hospital or you get into our EpiPen. Do something. I'm just going to be very angry if he worries about getting in trouble before he worries about her safety. Why don't they have the pen? Is home closer where the pen is? You should still go to a fucking hospital. Even if they have the pen, because after they administer the pen, she should still be going to the hospital. I don't like that he's high. Oh god, I can't.
It's okay, Charlie. We're almost to the hospital, okay?
Okay, good. He would be quicker getting her there than the hospital would be. But he still should have called so they would know when they got there. But still, just focus. Yeah, don't look at her. Focus on that road. Kid, do not fall out of this fucking vehicle. Because she's panicking. She's panicking. She's panicking. Kid, do not fall out of this goddamn vehicle. No. Please don't. Movie, don't do this to me. I am not okay. I feel physically sick. I feel physically sick. I almost don't want to watch this anymore. I don't know that I can emotionally handle this. It's too awful. It is just, that is beyond awful. That is beyond even what I was thinking. Way beyond. Oh, this child, this poor boy. That's just like the end of his life right there. Because the family's going to blame him. There's no way to get, how do you come back from this? How do you explain it? What do you even, I actually do feel physically sick. I might have to, I do have a stomach condition. I'm taking my meds. I had to medicate myself for this movie. I want this on record. In case I have to sue the director of this film. It's just a pill for nausea. It's not anything exciting. If they're having sex, I'm going to turn this movie off. If he doesn't tell them, he's in shock. I can't. Oh, I can't. Oh, I just can't. Oh, and then there's the ghost element. I can't. I can't with this movie. I can't. I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'm shaking. This is not the movie for me to watch. This was a bad idea. Beyond bad for me. Does he just not tell anybody? Oh, what if this triggers something? Because the movie's called Hereditary, and everyone in his family has mental issues. What if this is the beginning of it? Oh, the body was just in the car, wasn't it? Oh, I'm physically sick. Movie, why did you do that to me? Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. All right. I'm recording this, so I have to pause this. I can't. Pausing movie now. I'm gonna give myself a minute because that's beyond awful, and I don't know I even want to finish this. There's an hour and a half left in this movie, and I don't know that I can do it. I didn't realize it was going to be awful. I knew it would be scary. I did not know it would be horrifying in that way. It's different. That's not a horror. That's not scary. That's just awful. Just emotionally. Okay. All right. I think I can do this. I do feel physically sick. Oh, that poor boy. This is triggering some bad stuff for me. Because when I was 15, a friend of mine died, and his mom, at the funeral, just fell. She just collapsed onto the ground wailing. It was worse than that. She collapsed. She melted into a pile of tears. It was It was bad. I'm still shaking. Can't imagine the guilt. Why didn't they have a goddamn EpiPen? And my nephew has a severe peanut allergy. We keep an EpiPen on him all the time. Why is this child in class? This child better not... This child should not be in class. I'm so mad right now. And they're not paying attention because they're high. And giggling and shit. I don't know what's happening to him, but it's not good. I would imagine panic attack.
I think I'm having like a reaction.
He's having a reaction to grief. He probably feels so... Why is this... Am I just going to be pissed off this whole movie because of all these parenting decisions? I am not a parent, but it seems like pretty much everything that has been going on so far has been a bad decision. Does she not see how this child is struggling? I know she just lost one, but God, man. I mean, she just lost a child. She's not rational either. Oh, I know this lady.
I'm so sorry.
The actor,
to
anyway.
chase you down.
My daughter was killed.
I'm so sorry.
She seems very kind.
If you need someone to talk to,
Just accept it. You don't have to call her if you don't need it. This movie better not bring her in to kill her later, because she seems super kind, and that was very kind of her. So they're just watching this kid struggle with what happened and not taking care of it. Is that what I'm to understand? Because that's not helping. It's not helping me. It's not helping how I feel about this movie. I knew that would come back into play. I figured it would be something that they wouldn't have introduced it if it wasn't intended to freak me out at some point. It's a pretty color. I like it. I'm trying to focus on what I do like, because there's a lot I'm not liking about what's happening. In terms of a situation. As a movie, it's good, but I mean, keep that number. Just don't kill her off. I don't want that woman to die. So far, she's the only adult who's acted in a way that I've understood. Because I don't understand the parents so much. Now watch it be something where she's actually really evil. And the movie just tricked me.
Welcome, Matt. Yeah, my mother used to embroider ones just like that.
She knew her mother, didn't she?
Smell in her hands and her little fingernails.
And she blames her son, I'm sure.
And I was standing next to Peter and Charlie's bed when completely covered in paint thinner from head to toe. And it was impossible to convince them that it was just sleepwalking.
Have you signed up for that SAT prep course? I'll do.
Did you get a therapist for the kid? I'd be more concerned about that than his freaking SATs. Because that kid's not okay. Oh, is she? Yeah. Yeah, she is.
Jesus Christ, Annie. How do you think he's going to feel when he sees that?
What? It's not about him.
Oh, no?
That's... Get her a therapist, too. Get everybody a therapist. I think everybody needs therapy. Everybody.
This is really good, Dad.
What are you laughing about? I need to be nice. She lost a kid, and it sounds like she had a fucked up childhood.
You okay, Mom?
Don't ask. She's not okay. No, just leave her alone.
Is there something on your mind?
You're the one giggling over nothing.
So annoyed. Well, now your sister is dead. I know it was an accident, and I
No, you
know
don't.
you're in pain.
I can't even watch it.
Because nobody admits anything they've done.
Let's start with you, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna help you feel better about it now, lady. I'm so mad.
What about you, Mom? She didn't want to go to the party. So why was she there?
We're stopping this right now. Is that...
So, she's allowed to say whatever the hell she wants. But the child that is not being taken care of properly and in therapy is not allowed to express what he feels calmly, is what I pick up from this. This dynamic in this family is fucked up, and I don't like it. And I'm blaming that father because he is fairly rational and he's not addressing it. And he sees it. I'm actually genuinely getting angry. I know it's a movie, but none of that was okay.
Oh, Annie! Hi.
She's too excited to see her. It's weird. Maybe I'm suspicious of her now. Okay, she saw her son or something.
I met a spiritual medium.
Oh, no.
and she came to my apartment.
How much did you pay her? It might be real, but generally these people prey on the grieving.
Do you want to come over?
No.
If you're here.
Why do you have to be touching the glass? Can't he touch the glass without you guys touching it? She could put pressure on it. Take your hand off it, lady. Okay, there we go. Cool effect. I'm still not trusting her now. She's too persistent about it.
First, light the candle. Then when you're ready...
He's not in a state.
Read
Why would
this
you?
out. I don't know what language it is. The medium had me read it first.
Yeah, I don't trust this lady anymore.
You didn't kill her, Annie. She isn't gone.
How dare you say that to a grieving mother? I'm so angry. I hate everybody in this movie. I just realized I don't like any of these characters. They're all very unlikable. I don't even really like Peter. I just feel bad for him. Because I haven't seen much of his personality. I mean, he's a little stoner who has a crush on a bitch. God, this family is dysfunctional. Please tell me it's not her head on the other side of the bed. Because that's the only other time I've seen ants in this movie. Well then, either she's hallucinating or he offed himself.
Mom, what are you doing?
Okay, she sleepwalking again.
Let's go.
Dude, if my mom was a sleepwalker and did weird shit when she was sleepwalking,
Is Charlie here?
I would lock the door.
I never wanted to be your mother. I didn't feel like a mother.
Well, you aren't one.
It wasn't my fault. I tried to stop it.
I hate this woman. I hate this woman. I hate her. Okay, at least she was just dreaming, unless that part of the dream actually occurred. I don't know what to trust in this movie.
Sweetheart, wake up.
What a creepy way to do it.
I am so sorry for everything. Can you get up, sweetheart? We're gonna try something.
Okay, she only apologized for what she said to get him to do something, which is be there for this. This woman's selfish. I'd be more scared if I didn't hate these characters so much. These people should not be doing this. They're not in a good place psychologically for anything like this.
What are we doing here, Annie?
Please, you'll see.
Don't trust the crazy lady. This man needs to
Trust
grow
me.
a backbone. Don't trust your wife. She's nuts.
Please, I promise.
Grow a backbone, you man.
I promise.
You coward.
What language is even that?
I would Google that shit before I said it to see what it says. You don't know what you're doing.
Charlie?
You don't know what doors you're opening. You don't know what you're inviting in.
Charlie, it's Mommy.
It's probably not even Charlie. Unless she draws pictures, it's probably not her.
This manifested on the page. I saw it.
It's a car. That's awful. That's awful.
There is no need to be scared. This is your
He
sister.
can't breathe. How do you know it's his sister?
Hello?
Mom?
I don't like this. Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening?
Please stop.
Oh, Tony Collette.
Please.
Scared me! What the hell? What are you doing?
Can't you see what you're doing, you fucking kid? You're choosing the dead one over the living one, is what you're doing. Sounds like she's always been awful, though. It sounds like her mother was awful. It's just everybody awful? Is that the moral of the story, that everybody's awful? Why is this child in school? Why has nobody interfered on behalf of this child? He looks not okay.
The federal government still has programs.
Can you guess who just called me from school in complete hysterics?
Charlie?
What? Listen to me, Annie. I have a son to protect.
Okay. Sounds like the dad finally got a fucking backbone. I can respect it. He takes that kid away from her immediately and gets him some help. Okay, the fact that he didn't just fucking leave bothers me. That woman is not well. I would not be anywhere near her. Especially once I saw this. If I saw that after the way she's been behaving, I would take that kid and get the fuck out, dude. She destroyed everything but the scene of the accident. Oh, and now her son doesn't have a head. Imagine that. What is the matter with this man? Well, you're not going to be waking up for shit. Probably going to sleep through everything that needs to be woken up for. I just don't understand the father in this situation. The mother, I get. She's bananas. She's been bananas. Apparently forever. Her mother was bananas. That noise just doesn't scare me. Ghosts don't scare me for the most part. Hey, Charlie. Ugh, that sucks. Well.
Baby, what's happening?
What are you doing?
What do you mean? Please, baby.
Don't touch him right now. He's hysterical.
Do not tell Dad what you just said to me. Do not, okay? Because
I don't like that woman. Looks like pictures of Dad, maybe? Or is that her brother? Her brother? Oh, it's got the mole. It's her brother. He has no eyes. That's not good. She doesn't want him to know. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. He took a bunch of sleeping pills. He's out. He's out for the count. And I'm mad at him about it. Lady, a little peripheral awareness would be nice. That child better not be going to school. Actually, school would be better than here, but that was disorienting, which is entirely what it was intended to do. So, it makes me think not goodness is about to happen. None of this surprises me. Did you finally figure it out? Oh, looking right.
I expel you!
Okay. Yeah, I figured. Yep. Thinking Granny was involved in some weird shit. Alright. Which is probably why the grandmother wanted her to have that baby in the first place. And wanted one of them to be a boy. You're gonna find a picture of Joan, aren't ya? Hi, Joan. It's cult shit. Yep, she promised her son, her grandson to him. What an awful bitch. This poor kid. Is Grandma not dead or some weird shit? Oh, what's up there? I'm a little distracted by how big and black those flies are. Maybe it's intentional. Well, we got somebody's body. I feel so bad for this frickin' kid that it's making me way less afraid of this.
Peter, what's wrong?
Did you finally notice there's something wrong with this kid? Peter, what you doing, honey? Please don't smash your face against that desk again. I don't want to see it. Please don't. I'm just so mad that he was in school to begin with. He was not well. He shouldn't have been there for this to have happened. And I blame the father because the mother was raised by fucking fucknut. I'm so angry I can't even talk. Are you gonna man up and do something? Unless he's in on it somehow. I mean, they've kind of been showing him to be concerned. Okay, he's not in on it. Okay, wake up, dude. Wake up. And drive away from here.
He did, apparently, to himself.
And the fact that they didn't take him directly to a hospital.
Take his feet. Please, take his feet.
I'm so angry. I guess we'll see if it's actually there. Are there flies and shit? We'll see. Okay, the flies are there. Alright, that's a sign that it's real. I'm so angry with his father, it's actually making me a lot less afraid of the movie. The fact that in a sleepwalking fugue, this woman almost killed his children. And then the behavior following it for years, and now all this. I don't understand this man.
She consoled me.
Oh,
she
he
told me
thinks
about
that
the
she did
seance,
it.
And she showed
Which,
me how. Now look at this.
You dug up the grave.
I tried to burn it. I tried, but my arm caught on fire because I ambled into it. I understand this now.
burn the book anyway. He needs to take the boy away from her, and she needs to set that book on fire and sacrifice herself. I hate this man. He has no spine. In fact, he thinks that she dug up her mother and cut her head off. And he's still just kind of like...
I'm just too fucking scared.
Why can't you do it? Go do it yourself, woman. I don't know if this is going to do what she thinks it's going to do, but I guess we'll see. Unless he just refuses to do it. I feel like he's...
I'm not going to do this with you anymore.
Oh, now's when you grow a spine. Then you do it, see? Oh, how? But, okay.
Dad?
Sorry, but Dad's a burnt husk, man. This poor child. Watch, he did it. He did everything. I don't know. Oh, Jesus. That was awful. I'm pretty tense. Has he attempted to turn a light on? Because it doesn't feel like he did. Yep. Sorry about that, kiddo. Almost hope he gets possessed fully and turns into that guy because, oh no. I was gonna say, I don't want him to have to live with all this shit. Tony Collette, what you doing up there? Oh, I don't like that. I don't like any part of that. Wasn't that the creepy asshole from the funeral? I didn't like that. And he's locked in with his grandma's corpse. Jeez. I kind of hope there's some twist that makes him not the victim, because otherwise this is just fucking awful. Well, the body's gone. Though even if he did all this shit himself, considering his upbringing and genetics. Oh, those aren't good sounds. Kind of wet, munchy sounds, ripping sounds, splashing sounds. Yeah, that would be something eating something. Haven't seen the dog in a while. Okay, not eating. Head off. I don't like the fact that they're all naked. Also don't like hearing that sound. Yeah, that was the head. It's gonna smile. Okay then. It's not the dog. Did they just have to throw a dead dog in the middle of that? Just, cherry on top of it? On this shit Sunday? Bunch of naked old people creepily smiling. Why is it gotta be naked old people? Guess they're not all old, but damn. Well, there goes the last of his sanity. The fact the music's so triumphant is quite interesting. Interesting choice.
Charlie, you're all right now. You are Payman.
Why'd he call him Charlie?
We've corrected your first female body. Hail, Payman! Hail, Payman!
Ari Aster, you are a strange, strange person. I don't know how I feel about that movie. I mean, I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed the performances by Toni Collette was really good. Of course she was. She always is. The kids were fantastic. I mean, everybody, the acting was great by everybody. What's probably interesting is the people at the funeral were probably all the cult members and everything. It sounds like the grandmother, only had children because she wanted a son for Payman, which is why she pushed her daughter to have children. And though, maybe a misunderstanding? I guess they were estranged from, the grandmother was estranged from the family at the point when when Peter was younger, when that would have occurred. So they used the new baby, which happened to be a girl, but because the demon didn't like the girl body, he wanted a healthy male body. So that's what he got. I was kind of hoping at the end of it somehow it would be the kid, Peter's, that he would have been involved and wouldn't have been a victim, because it was just so sad. That poor kid had no fucking chance. Even if he hadn't been... I mean, that kid got double screwed, because even if there hadn't been a demon involved, just with what happened, and man, I think if I hadn't been so disgusted with the father not taking care of what needed to... taking care of his children, protecting his children from this woman, who, even though she wasn't part of the cult and absolutely, wasn't intentionally trying to harm her child, she was bananas, okay? She was not cool. She was not okay. She needed to be far away from children, and never have children. Some people shouldn't have children. I am one of those people, but not for, crazy reasons. I just shouldn't have children, so I didn't. If I have any further thoughts, I will add to it, but for now, that's all I got. Still not sure how I feel. Yeah. I told you I needed a haircut. That's why I was wearing the hat for the rest of the video. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Anyway, it is the next day. I have finished editing the video. And I did not sleep last night. I pulled an all-nighter editing. Because I couldn't sleep. The movie was on my mind, and I couldn't sleep. So I was like, I might as well just get it done. I just popped cannabis gummy and got to work. So I've been working on that for many hours. And after rewatching it for editing, during the editing process, which includes a lot of rewatching, because it's not just that you watch it once. I mean, if you haven't edited it before, it involves rewatching minute snips of footage. So, like, you rewatch the same moment over, and, you know, as you're setting up the timing and blah, 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 you rewatch every scene multiple times as you edit. It's just the way it happens. So, and after doing that, after rewatching every scene of that movie multiple times, I have come to the conclusion that I do not like it. Which is not to say that I think it's a bad movie. On the contrary, I think it's actually a very good movie. I think it was very well done. I think for what it was very well executed. It's just that what it is not for me. And I think a lot of that has to do with just my background, my professional background. I worked with children with developmental disabilities and adults with developmental disabilities, as well as adults with dementia and mental illness. I've kind of, taken care of everybody at some point. I think having had that experience, it has sensitized me a bit to this kind of content. Basically, seeing this child neglected in such a manner. When I finish a horror movie, I usually feel exhilarated. I feel kind of often intrigued, because usually they don't horrify me deeply. And when they do, I generally don't like them. That's not what I'm trying to get from horror. Some people do, and that's cool. Not every movie's for everybody. And I think this is one of those cases. I think this just wasn't for me. I'm still glad I watched it, because there was a lot of interesting stuff in it. And I kind of liked the video that I got out of it, even though I could not edit it as much as I wanted to. Simply because it was so difficult to rewatch. So the editing's probably a little rough, and I do apologize for that. I did the best I could. Yeah, but I am glad I watched it. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Cinematography-wise, acting-wise, writing-wise, I mean, it was really good. It's just not for me. And I think just with my professional experience, my professional background, I just did not have the same reaction most people did to a lot of those scenes, is what my guess is. For instance, the little girl never really creeped me out, even when she was cutting heads off birds. To be perfectly honest, that didn't throw me as much. A child with a cognitive disability who didn't understand death, really, and just lost a family member and was struggling to understand it, might fiddle around with the corpse of an animal trying to figure it out. That's actually something that didn't even strike me as being demonic in any sort of way. Until later on in the story, and I realized, oh, okay, yeah. The clucking of the tongue startled me a few times, but it didn't really creep me out. Once I got used to it, I didn't even react to the jump scares of it towards the end, because I have heard that same sound, or sounds very much like it, from many people, particularly nonverbal patients that I've had, people who can't or don't use speech very often will often develop very particular vocal tics, and you get used to it. You tune it out. It doesn't strike you as strange anymore. So none of that struck me as particularly strange. Even when Peter was having his breakdown in the middle of the classroom, it didn't scare me. I was just really, really sad for this child. I was just really heartbroken for him and angry that he was in class. Because, honestly, I have been present for actual psychotic episodes. I had a 6-year-old patient who was diagnosed with bipolar. That was probably early onset schizophrenia based on his medical history and his family history. He had a psychotic break and he was trying to claw his own eyes out. And I had to restrain him. So, I've seen that kind of behavior before. That kind of thing is heartbreaking. It's not as scary as it is heartbreaking. It's something I've seen. It doesn't scare me the way it might scare somebody who hasn't seen something like that before. So when he was smashing his face on the table, I didn't want to see it. When he was smashing his face on the desk, I didn't want to see it anymore because it was hurting my soul. It just, parts of my soul felt like they were dying. That's what this movie did to me. It killed part of my soul, and I want to take legal action. I feel violated spiritually after that movie. I don't think I had the same reaction most people did to that movie, is kind of what I mean. I just think that the experiences I've had just lead me to have a different reaction to this film. Particularly when I'm thinking about the fact that every teacher in that school is a mandatory reporter. And not a single damn person not only reported anything of his behavior until he had his psychotic episode, none of them even just said, "Hey kid, how you doing?" They showed no concern, and my brain, I just can't. I can't. I fucking can't. The only other thing I wanted to say is I think this film really illustrates why some people just shouldn't have children. I say that a lot. Some people should not have children. Girls, if you don't want to have kids, if you know you shouldn't have kids, don't let anyone tell you. Don't let anyone talk you into having kids. Okay? They try it. They try that shit with me. Don't let them do it. Okay? And guys, don't stick your dick in crazy. How about that? Let's just not have any more crazy people making more babies, okay? Let's not do it anymore. So, alright. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, you can always leave me a like or a comment. I'd really appreciate that. And subscribe for more. I might do more horror movies on the channel. Hopefully none quite like that, because it's not my bag. But a different type of horror movies. I'll definitely try to get on the channel if that's something you're interested in. Alright, you can always check out the Patreon for the uncut reaction if you want to see more of me ranting about how this child was neglected, because I had to cut some of it out because that was all I could focus on. Was the fact that nobody was addressing what needed to be addressed. Like, that was the horror for me. The supernatural element didn't even rate on my scale of what was scary at all. That family dysfunction is the true horror of that film. I promise you. That demons are not that scary in comparison to that shit. Okay, alright. Thank you again. I hope to see you next time. I'm Jessie Nebulous. Bye.